Thrift stores are full of inexpensive wood decor and small furniture pieces that are often overlooked because their original purpose feels outdated or their plain appearance makes it hard to see how they could work in our homes. But these pieces have so much potential. So today I'm sharing 10 wood items that I thrifted and showing you how I repurposed and styled them in my home. I hope today's video will inspire some fresh ideas for your home too. So let's get started.
At the thrift store, keep an eye out for organizational items that can double as display shelves.
I got this dark wood spice rack for $6.99. It is a vintage Ethan Allen piece. I'll have to look it up and see if I can figure out just how old it is. It looks like something from the 1970s to me. And the wood is a bit scratched up, but that doesn't really bother me. You might remember that I turned this into a little spice rack just recently, but I think I'm gonna like the bigger one even better. I'm gonna clean it up with some Feed and Wax wood polish and conditioner. This is beeswax and orange oil. It helps to moisturize the wood so that the scratches don't show up as much, and also brings back some of its natural color. 5 years ago, I would definitely have painted this white and distressed it and gave it that farmhouse look. I'm so glad that nobody ever painted this one. It's got hooks, so I could hang it on the wall if I wanted to. And that is just perfect size to hide my cord. When I first saw this at the thrift store, I thought that it was silver, but it is actually just plastic. But it was only a couple dollars. Yep, I've already removed the price tag. And I thought it was super cute. You guys know that I'm obsessed with birds. And look, let me show you. It's a salt and pepper shaker. You put the salt or the pepper in there and then you plug it up. How cute is that? I really think the dark wood adds extra warmth to this area of the countertop and really ties in the wood frame on this still life that I thrifted a while back.
Because it fits nicely under the upper cabinets, a spice rack makes a great display shelf for lots of things other than just spice bottles. Wood tables are always a great buy at thrift stores because they can be used for a variety of purposes. So this is a previously thrifted coffee table that I had planned to refinish because it has a thick coat of varnish or polyurethane on it that I don't like.
Instead, I'm going to take that other coffee table apart and just put the wood portion here. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So in order for those items that were here to sit up where you can actually see them over the back of the sofa, I have big piles of books and an old metal case of some kind. This might not work, but I think it's worth a try.
I put the metal base in my basement storage room just in case I ever want to use this as a coffee table again.
I don't like how this tall ivy plant blocks the view of the card catalog, which is one of my favorite thrifted finds.
After I styled the top of the cabinet, I began to wonder if it wouldn't look better if I raised it up a bit so that you could see the second drawer. So I slid a couple 2x4s under it, and then I used smaller books on the top. You'll have to let me know which way you think looks better because I can't decide. This is not a wood item, but I also thrifted this leather ottoman today for just $16. I'm going to use the ottoman in place of the wood coffee table here in the front living room. When I saw the ottoman at Goodwill, it was being sold with a leather sofa. But I asked one of the Goodwill employees, and they sold me the ottoman by itself. So it never hurts to ask. I liked the worn, aged appearance of the leather ottoman, but the leather was so dry. I think I used about half of this bottle of leather conditioner, but it really brought the color back. I'm calling this wood item a footstool since it has wheels and an upholstered top, but it's awfully small for a footstool, and I'm not sure what these small strips of wood on the side are for. So I went ahead and pried them off. I also removed the cheap plastic wheels. The last thing I wanted to remove was the fabric and the padding. The fabric had been stapled in place, so it was pretty easy to remove. I did take off the hinges so that I didn't damage them when I ripped off the fabric. The lid was made from cheap plywood, and I didn't want to reupholster it, so I decided to give it a couple coats of black chalk paint instead. I also painted the body of the box black, but I did leave the drawer fronts the natural stained wood. I wanted to add some interest to the top of the lid, so I pulled out my IOD rub-on transfers and I chose a large rose design from IOD's botanical package. The entire transfer image wouldn't fit on the lid, so I cut off the stems and most of the leaves. I felt this gave it a more vintage appearance too. When applying large designs like this one, I like to cut off the excess backing paper as I go along. This one applied absolutely perfectly, but I went ahead and distressed it with sandpaper because I was going for a vintage look. To make it look even more aged, I brushed on a coat of antiquing wax that would darken the colors in the transfer, as well as seal and protect the chalk paint. I repeated this process on the painted box, wiping off the excess wax with a paper towel. Then I reattached the lid to the hinges, and at that point I realized the back side of the lid looked really bad, so I went ahead and painted it with the same black chalk paint. The last thing I needed for this transformation was different knobs. The small wood ones were okay, but adding vintage hardware immediately makes a newer piece look old. What was once a child-size footstool is now useful storage. It's perfect for holding makeup and hair supplies in the bathroom, or maybe storing K-cups and tea bags in the kitchen. Wood magazine racks are another popular thrift store item that can be used to organize a variety of items around your home, not just magazines. I had been using an old coal scuttle to store bath supplies next to the tub, but I didn't like that you could see everything piled in it. So I wanted to try this magazine rack instead. I loved the hand-painted flowers on the side and the worn green paint. I had the scuttle sitting on a small stool so that it was easy to reach the contents while in the tub, but the stool was a little too small for the magazine rack. Luckily, I had recently bought this wood and woven stool at an estate sale for $8, and it was the perfect size. When I purchased this table, I thought it was an end table, but when I researched online, I discovered it was actually a nightstand. However, I'm going to use it for something else. First, I needed to reattach the wire screens in the door panels. It was these diamond-shaped screens that attracted me to this piece in the first place. Fortunately, most of the missing trim pieces were inside the cabinet, so I was able to nail them back in place. And bonus, the missing door handle was in the drawer, so I didn't have to replace them either. I did, however, need to give the cabinet a good cleaning. I think it must have been in storage, maybe a garage, for quite a while. Even the inside was filthy. A few weeks ago, I thrifted one of those radio/CD/record players built to look like a vintage radio. So I'm going to use this cabinet as a record player stand and store my old albums inside. Honestly, I was just hoping that the albums would fit, and luckily they did. They fit perfectly, and I even had a little extra space left to store my old record player, which ended up being a good thing because the new record player didn't work. So I decided to go ahead and use it as an end table. You might remember me showing you this display box in last week's video. I bought it for $8 at a neighbor's estate sale, and I think I'll use it to display a pair of vintage clocks from the same era as the table. I think it looks really pretty, but it's not an ideal setup because I'll have to remove the tabletop decor anytime I want to use the record player. Now, back to that broken record player. My Goodwill gives you 7 days to return faulty electronics. So I should have tested it sooner because I bought it at least 2 weeks ago. I just don't understand why people would donate a record player they know doesn't work. But I'm going to try to make some lemonade from this lemon. All the electronic panels were screwed in place, so I was able to easily remove them and gut the inside of the cabinet. I also hammered out the extra wood strips that the panels were attached to so that I had one big empty box. I'd love to know your ideas for repurposing this old record player. For now, I'm just using it as an unusual planter.
This garbage can was $7, which I think is a little pricey for a garbage can, but it is a very nice solid wood one. When I bought it, I did think that I would probably put it in one of my bathrooms. Clearly, that is what the previous owner used it for because the inside is really dirty. Now that I'm cleaning it up, the wood is so nice that I think I'm going to use it in a different way. I'm going to put that little plastic liner in there, and I am going to add a plant.
I love the green leaves against the stained wood. Now, hopefully, I can keep this peace lily alive. I think they're such a pretty plant, but I have killed several over the years. If you spot a pretty shelf at the thrift store but think you don't have a spot for it, put it below an existing picture. I thrifted this ornate gold wood shelf for only $3.99. It doesn't have any markings, but it looks Italian made to me. Because it has 2 holes for hanging on the back, I used a strip of painter's tape so I could easily get my nails in the exact right spots. I didn't even have to use a level because I just lined the shelf up with the plaid stripes in the fabric. Next, I hung an Italian landscape print on wood that I thrifted for just $3.99, and I think it coordinates perfectly with the shelf. Then for the shelf top decor, what could be better than 2 Italian leather-wrapped decanters? What is it they say in Italy? Bella! Wood shelves are always a great item to find at the thrift store. This small corner shelf was only $2, and I thought it was just adorable. It didn't have any hanging hardware on it, so I added a small D-ring at the top. The real trick is finding a good spot for a corner shelf, and the only space I could find in my entire home was between the closet and window in the guest bedroom. I added some small decor and a bit of greenery, and I think this is what the corner was missing. Here's a wood mail organizer that I repurposed years ago, turning it into a charging station by drilling holes in the back for cords. It's still serving its purpose well, so I'm just going to give it an update. I used a razor blade scraper to remove the vinyl numbers that I had previously applied. I was careful not to scratch the paint because I really didn't want to repaint it. I lightly sanded over those areas to get rid of the shadow where the vinyl had been. In place of the numbers, I thought I'd use IOD gold foil rub-on transfers. Since this wood had previously been waxed, I was worried they might not adhere very well. But it went on perfectly. I guess the little sanding that I did must have been enough. To freshen up the wood, I brushed black wax over all the sides, wiping off the excess. I offered one of the slots to my husband for his phone, but he declined, so I used the bottom slot to charge my earbuds. This narrow wood entry table was just what I needed for the family room corner behind the sectional. Many entryway tables are shallow. This one is only 13 inches deep, which makes them perfect for tight spaces. However, once I got it into place, I struggled with what to put on the wall behind it. I really wanted a vintage mirror, but the ones I had were either too big or too small for the wall. So I grabbed an oil painting that I thrifted a long time ago. I like the frame on it, but I don't really care for the painting itself. However, it was the right size, so I thought it could work. I styled the cabinet with a thrift store lamp, a brass vase, and wood candlesticks, and it looked okay. But the next day, I woke up with an idea, and I took down the oil painting and replaced it with an empty mirror frame from an old buffet and a smaller mirror from a lady's dresser. I filled the empty space in the large mirror frame with a wall basket filled with faux greenery. And to finish off the space, I added a tiny original oil painting just above the small mirror. And if you've been counting the outfits, yes, I have been swapping out the decor in this corner for 3 days.
Okay, I think I'm done. Finally.
I hope today's video gave you some ideas for how you can incorporate thrifted wood decor into your home for an expensive, high-end look. And if you want more ideas for making use of wood picture frames, I've linked a video I think you'll enjoy. Thanks so much for watching today. Hope to see you next week.